Well, welcome back to another episode of Tactical Enlightenment. Today we have a rather unusual battle. Doesn't fit the mold, of course, for a lot of our battles, and that's going to be winning a decisive battle when we outnumber the enemy. Of course, most of the videos we're showing, we're significantly outnumbered by the enemy, and our task most of the time is to try to come up with advanced tactics to win those battles where we're the underdog. In this battle, I'm going to show you how to completely devastate the enemy when you're the favored, when you're the army that has a significant advantage. The main way we're going to do that is concentrating our firepower and flanking, but as you'll see also, there's a few other steps added in. So the reason this is important is sometimes you have to fight multiple battles in multiple days. This is actually the third day in a row I've had to fight a major battle, quite literally third day in a row game speed. And you want to minimize your casualties, right? A force of 1,400 Battanians. If I just, you know what? I'm actually going to show you. If I just send my troops, right, with the auto resolve, it's going to lose some forces here. In fact, it's losing quite a few, right? So 134 dead, 281 injuries, right? So over 400 casualties. Just going to blow through all this real quick and reload the game. To this point, and I'm essentially going to show you the difference, right? So we'll keep that number kind of in the back of our head as we start this over, but about 420 casualties, including 140 lost, right? 140 dead. All right, so in we go again, reloading the game. Again, we're going to concentrate firepower, and we're going to concentrate flanks to do the maximum damage here at the end. I'll do my best to describe it as it's going on, but this one is going to be more demonstration than it's going to be a guide to doing it yourself. You'll be able to see pretty clearly, though, if you've been following my videos. It should be pretty obvious what I'm doing. I want to remove a couple things here. I want these guys to be archers only. So we're going to have about 150 on this flank, 150 archers. Now the numbers are so big because we're the ones with the larger army. If you've been following the channel, we never get armies this large. That's because usually we're underdog, and how the system works is if the enemy has 1,000 troops and you have 500 on the battlefield, instead of you both having 500, the enemy gets the share of total troops between you. So if they have 1,000 and you have 500, going back to some 5th grade math here, that means they have 2/3 of the force. That means they'll have 667 troops on the battlefield, and you'll have 333, right? That's how that works. The cavalry, I'm going to be kind of moving around aggressively. The main thing we're going to be doing here, though, is flanking really hard over here. And what I mean by over here, of course, you can't read my mind. We're going to be flanking hard on the enemy's left flank, our right flank. Whoa! This is not an ideal map for this. There are some maps where you can just utterly devastate the enemy because of maybe the enemy's down in a bowl, or it's a big grassy area where it's perfect line of sight for all your troops. There would be better setups, but we still have a few hills we can take advantage of. We're going to use every advantage that's presented to us. Nice big long archer line there. I'm using cavalry strictly as screens in this battle, so every single time I use cavalry it will be in just simply a screen. I'm not going to be sending them in to attack very often, right? That'll happen late, if it happens at all. So this side is very suboptimal. This component of the battlefield, it actually dips down. Well, we're not going to be able to flank the enemy very well if our guys are sitting in a dell, right? They need to actually have line of sight to shoot. Where they are right now, they have no line of sight.
Archers, move! Infantry, make a shield wall!
Enemy kind of moving in. They're getting hammered by 3 different directions at this stage.
Soldiers, move! Group blue soldiers! Forward!
Just getting absolutely lit up with arrows. Yeah. It's just a complete shooting fest. Yeah. Enemies holding up. They're doing their darndest. They got their shields up. None of that's going to matter. Pretty soon we're going to have the 8th Corps behind them. This is going to get very, very ugly for the enemy.
Forward! Horsemen! Line up! Follow
In
me!
this case, we're going to drag cavalry through them. All we're trying to do with this cavalry while the 8th Corps moves up is slow down their movements, right?
Soldier move!
They approach the 8th Corps, we pull back. That's simple as that, right? The term for it in games like this is called kiting.
Cattle form a shield! Form a shield wall!
Right? We're kind of dragging our cavalry through. They're just getting absolutely raked by broadsides. They're trying to do some cavalry countercharges, but again, they have like 20 cavalry and they're attacking, 60, 70, 80 archers. It's not going to be real successful. In this case, they're actually attacking infantry, right? Very, very poor chances of success. They got a nice little reinforcement wave here, so they're trying to kind of catch us off guard. Of course, reinforcement sometimes is random, it throws the enemy like right behind you. In this case, we're going to simply take this high ground up here. We're going to get out of close reach for them and take that nice high spot. Right. These troops moving up because at this stage the enemy has moved almost to one side of the map.
Cattle forward! Infantry, move!
They've gotten a few kills, right? They're not completely hapless, mostly with their cavalry chasing troops, right? You can't prevent their cavalry from reaching yours, right? We don't have a jetpack on our guys' backs. Especially the infantry and archers can't outrun their cavalry. But you can see what's happening with their infantry, right? Now they have no chance of catching the 5th Corps, or the 8th Corps, excuse me. They don't know it yet, but this is my fastest corps, and they move really fast. Now these couple guys that are trapped, you can sort of rescue these guys just by sort of interrupting the guys that are on. They're doing a valiant job of defending themselves. If units are attacked, if there's a guy like right behind them, they will turn to try to fight. Right? And they won't be able to move very fast. I apologize. They won't be able to move very fast.
Stand upon! Horse up and follow me!
You can sort of alleviate the pressure from them by just kind of running through. Now the enemy's kind of all on one side, and we're bringing the infantry up. It's time to put this little battalion force to bed. I've got our cavalry forces both following me. And what that means is we're just gonna drag them through like a train, and all we want to do is just run over a lot of these units, right? When you knock them over, right, they can't shoot, they're interrupted. If you've ever tried to fire a bow with a horse in front of you, whether it's in real life or Bannerlord, it doesn't fucking go very well. After I made that cavalry movement, right, they can follow you again. Right? Now your archers are moved up. Now your infantry is starting to close in. Right? At this stage, we're going to concentrate firepower. All the cavalry and all the infantry are told to charge. Archers are still skirmishing. They're still shooting. I still got guys up on that ridge shooting. But these handful of infantry, we're just going to overwhelm with numbers. 50 or 100 infantry on 10 guys. Cavalry are rampaging. They've got a little block of troops here at the back, but this battalion force is very close to fleeing. Right? They're very close to run. We'll suffer a few losses here just because of the sheer number, but not very many. If cavalry stop moving, they're a lot more vulnerable, so in this case I'll just pull them right through. Right? I don't want them standing there while some angry skirmisher is up there swinging their sword at them. Right? You don't see much red in that upper corner screen. It's basically just a wall of green. Right? Another reinforcement corps. We're going to drag our cavalry right through this. Meanwhile, they're getting shot in the back. These arrows are still raining down on them. And we'll just give everybody the old F3 at this stage. Right, the enemy is crushed. Obviously, they never stood a chance in the first place. There was no chance whatsoever they were ever going to win this battle, no matter the circumstances or the terrain. But what this example hopefully shows you is that if you need a decisive victory, the three keys that I think are most important to it. First, surround your enemy. Right, you have the ability of way more troops. You can make wide flanks on both sides. Don't come to combat early on. You don't need to fight them early on. Just hammer them with arrows from a distance. Skirmish, kite, choose your word. And then when it is time to fight, right, when it is time to finally go to battle, send everybody. Make sure they're within striking distance, and then just send the house, right? Well, maybe not as exciting as some of the other videos, but hopefully this is just one more tool in your tool bag to help you dominate at Bannerlord. Hope you enjoyed. Please subscribe, like, comment, ask questions, and critique. I don't mind people giving me criticism, especially if it's kind criticism. If you're a mean person, you can fuck off. Mean people have no reason to live on this planet. I'm a very nice person despite my desire to slay the enemy here. If you're going to make comments or critiques, feel free. Just keep it nice. Thanks for watching. I decided I have to splice these two clips back together. I can't finish without showing you the results, right? Like, that doesn't make any sense. All right, so on this battlefield against 1,400 troops, we suffered 23 casualties, including none in the main party. In fact, I bet a lot of them are the garrison troops. Garrison troops are usually lower level. Yeah, 23 injured and 11 killed, and they had, 500,000 killed. They lost, it looks like, 1,100, and the rest fled. Right, so this is, you could almost just not even call it a battle. It's just a slaughter. Right? We got like one guy injured in each party. This group, they lost 4, but that's what's possible if you use tactics and movements on the battlefield. Thanks again for watching.